in this computer. Welcome everybody, online and live. This is fun because there is a lot of Estonians listening to this and watching me. At the same time, I know that there is two English speaking people too, like not from Estonia. So this is interesting to speak English to most of Estonians. You're privileged, right? So how cool is that? So today we are here to talk about like introduction. What is access consciousness and what is that? Why should you use those things? So let's start from this. I've done access consciousness already like 6 years. And when I met it first, I thought that this is like, it's fun, it's crazy, and I don't understand anything. But everything I use, those tools that Access is like offering, everything changed in my life to creator. And that have happened, and I've used those tools already 6 years, and now I'm doing facilitating classes and doing sessions. And already like sometimes 1 second, everything changes. So those are access consciousness, a set of tools and techniques, but everybody can use to create change and create change in those areas in your life, what's not working for you. And you can use those tools to create whatever you would like to create as your life. And now there is nothing, one crazy thing, I've been all my life really logical. There is nothing logical. And access consciousness, if you take it like parts, access is like it's accessing to consciousness really fast, really easy, really fun, and really weird way. And many people are really logical people and want to try to understand that. I used to ask the question, how can you explain to me what is energy? How can you like logically explain what is light? You can't do that. Exactly the same with access consciousness. So access consciousness is a set of tools and techniques. You can change anything and create anything. So, and there are two different techniques, two different like sets of techniques. One are verbal processes, what you use. And I'm gonna use this today too, with you if you want to. And also the other part are body processes. There is hundreds and hundreds of different body processes. And all those techniques are energy changing processes. Because everywhere we feel stuck in our life, it's just energy, what seems like wall, but this is just energy. And all those techniques are designed to move those invisible walls, and energy can move again. So it's like if you take the wall like this here, or the chair, for example, everything is energy. The difference with this like here, that the molecules are moving differently. Here in the wall, and in this here, energy in the wall, molecules are moving really, really slowly. That's why it seems like really like stone, it's standing there. At the same time here, the fastest energy is consciousness. It's like changing all the time. And what happens with people when we create limitations like walls, it seems like walls, I can't handle that, it's problem. It seems like the same wall. So we have stopped the movement of molecules that seems like wall, and I can't like handle it. So all those techniques are designed to just move those invisible invented walls, but we have stopped, energies, but we have stopped, and we think that we can't move on. And this is just so, I love those techniques because this is fast. I've done a lot of techniques in my life, all my 20 2 years, different things. I could say maybe easier, what is it I haven't done? And all those spiritual techniques and all those modalities I've used to create change in my life. But there is always like, okay, I reached to some level, what's next? Okay, what's next? So it's always like stopped on some way and like just been like 2 weeks and then, okay, what's next? What's gonna happen next? And access consciousness is the like set of techniques and the tools you can constantly create. Constantly. You never reach any destination. You just create and create and create more and more and more and more, and you are in constant movement. And we people are most addicted to polarities. This is the biggest disease we have created in this reality. We are addicted to polarities. What's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad. We try to be good and nice and avoid this bad and da da da. But there is, in consciousness, is no such a thing as good as bad and bad. Good and bad and the polarities are linear construction of this reality. And if we create our life and living and choices from good or bad, we never can be conscious. We can never reach the consciousness, because this good or bad are created from conclusion. Somebody have concluded this is good, somebody have concluded this is bad, and there requires only two people to create reality. If somebody thinks this is good, and you said yes, it's the reality have created. Or this is bad, this is evil. You said yes, this is evil. The reality have created. So the biggest thing, how many of you have tried to find in your life what's the meaning of your life? Yes. Mm-hmm. Have you found? Have you found? No, exactly. Because there is no meaning. The meaning is in your head. The head and our brain have capacity to control everything, and we have learned from lifetime to lifetime that there should be an answer. There is just a question. Have you heard this sentence that if you ask, the universe will gift you? Exactly this way consciousness is working. As fast we go into conclusion and decide something, that's the thing what I want to have, or that's the right thing, I need to have that, or I want this. We have concluded and stopped the energy. So every conclusion what we have made in our lives, or taught from the parents and generations, cultures, and from this reality, what we have made is true and real, is a conclusion. And sometimes is that, how many of you have like tried to be normal, perfect, good, everything, and you try so hard to be that, and you still like failing. And the other thing, you get judged. If, for example, somebody have like expect from you that you should be a like successful woman or man, and you do everything to be successful, but the successful have a definition. How would I be when I be successful? I have like education, I have work, I have family, I have like money, I have house, I have 2.5 kids, I have dog and cats, and then that's like a success. We have decided in this reality, but nobody have asked you, what is that you really would like to create in your life? And sometimes it's not like money, sometimes it's not the family, sometimes it's totally different. What is it you know? So polarities, we human beings, we love that. And when we desperately avoid to be wrong and bad, and try so badly to be right and perfect. But this is everything what we do to fit into the polarity. So access consciousness is calling you and like inviting you to go beyond those conclusions, what's right or wrong, good or bad, and the polarities. This reality where we live, it's based on limitations. And access consciousness with those tools invites you to see you as an infinite being. For example, we can do a test right now. If you close your eyes, just try to find your outside lines of your being. If you have difficulties to find it, just raise your hand. Exactly. Because there are no lines, outside lines. We have body, we have thoughts, feelings, emotions, what we use in this reality to function and embody and create the life. Those are just the tools for us. But we as the beings, we are infinite. And as long you define yourself as thoughts, feelings, emotions, and body, you put yourself into lower vibrations of existence. As fast and when we do that, emotions, thoughts, and feelings, and body, that's me. We put ourselves really, we like suppress ourselves really, really small. So access invites you to see how big you are, that you are infinite power, infinite receiving, infinite knowing, infinite being and perceiving of everything all the time. So as long you are inside and functioning from thoughts, feelings, and emotions and only body, you never can reach to consciousness where everything is possible. You always look for right or wrong, good and bad, good feeling, bad feeling, all those stuff. So those tools, they give you the sense of infiniteness, who you truly are, and the power, but you can really choose all the time whatever you would like to create from your life. Not depending from the polarities, what are in this reality. You just choose what you would like to create as your life. So those tools. So, and the question open up always the energies and empower people and yourself. And answer always take away and never empowers. So answer and conclusion, stop energy, question, open up possibilities. So how many I can, and also there is a really great tool what we have in Access is clearing statement. So you, Lina, have used Access tools how many months?
Since September, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is the biggest aha thing for you when you use them?
For me, it's like asking what else is possible, because I always had like those answers, but in the beginning I started to ask what else is possible. It was like, like the other universe.
Exactly, spaces opens up when you ask that.
And you don't have to know what else is possible. It's just like this space.
Exactly. That's the way we can create. That this is the possibility for creation and totally different possibilities. In this reality, we have created until now, like this is possible, and this is possible. Nothing else is possible. And we have created all the lives based on conclusions and experiences. But we have ability with questioning everything, create totally different possibilities, what's never even seen on this planet before. And this is everything for you to come out from the conclusions, what you have made as a real and true, what's not working for you. So you can always ask what else is possible to create whatever you want. So those questions are the biggest tool in Access. So I'm always questioning everything. So everything just, and to come out, start to come out from the polarity world, right and wrong, good and bad, and start to function from consciousness. Consciousness is where everything exists and nothing is judged. Everything exists and nothing is judged. Everything just is. And you can see that when you are in allowance of everything. There is no such a thing like good or bad, right or wrong. There is just this thing, like it is. And allowance, in allowance you come when you don't have any point of view about this thing, or situation, or thought, or choice, or feeling, or body, or disease, or people, or just in allowance. And we have trained so many lifetimes in this polarity world to function. So we're really good at that. We're addicted. We just we don't know other ways to function. So, and how to create yourself out from this polarity world where everything just exists and you are never addicted to avoid and fit and all that part. Allowance, you can, the main tool what I use all the time, and when I started Access 6 years ago, is like verbal tool. Interesting point of view. Everything is interesting point of view. Everything I'm thinking, interesting point of view, that I have that point of view. Somebody's choose something weird, I look at that interesting point of view that she choose this thing. Very interesting. Everything is just interesting. And what does interesting point of view creates you to the 0 point of no point of view. So all the points of views what you have right now are the limitations, but doesn't allow you to create your life beyond magically. So I use one tool now. If you would like to create, would you like to create beyond that reality what you have created now? Would you like? Okay, so all the limitations, all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions, what you have made as a real and true in your life that limits you and stops you to choose greater. Are you willing to destroy and uncreate those? Now you should say yes or no. If you say yes, you are choosing to create beyond. If not, then everything stays as it was and nothing will change. So one more time. So how many points of views you have that stops you to create greater what you would like to create in your life? So all of those, are you willing to destroy and uncreate those? Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom box, online shows, boys and beyonds. So this is the clearing statement we use a lot in Access. So what happened right now? So I asked the question. So what is all the points of views? First of all, I asked, what are you willing to create greater? You say yes. You was a little bit, I don't know, really. Okay? So it was really clear, yes. So now I asked all points of views, what stops you? You don't have to know those points of views. You don't have to explain and understand those point of views, what you have, because all those sits in our subconsciousness, what are affecting us to choose differently. So I'm asking, are you willing to destroy and uncreate those point of views? What stops you to create beyond this reality as your life, as you want your life to create? And she says, yes. You could say also no, because this is a choice. I'm just asking her. And she said yes. And with this moment, he say, okay, I'm willing, whatever it takes. And now I'm saying clearing statement. Clearing statement is right or wrong, good and bad, bottom pock, online shows, boys and beyonds. You don't have to understand those words. Those are energetically like magic wands, let's say. And I a little bit later, I explain what are all those. So what happened in this moment, energetically, she said, yes, I'm willing to destroy and uncreate all those limitations what stops me to be, like, just be unstoppable. I'm going, I'm creating, I'm doing, like, I'm going. I'm not letting me anymore to stop those stupid conclusions, what I don't even know what are. And this moment, I'm saying clearing statement. She could also do it yourself, this clearing statement. This clearing statement does that it like goes behind your mind really fast and locks out the energetical limitations what are there. So as I told you before, all the limitations are like walls. This seems like walls, but this is just stopped energy. So it we're locked up, and the energy start to move again. So everything is based on choices. Question and your choice. And you can question yourself all the time. I'm doing it really often. What is it I'm not willing to choose here? What is it I'm avoiding? What is it I'm holding back? So everything what doesn't allow me to just move on and create greater, I'm just like destroying and unrating. That's it. I'm not choosing them anymore. And right and wrong, good and bad, but walk on our shoulders, boys and girls. And what is clearing statement? Right and wrong, good and bad are the parts in clearing statement what represents everything what you have decided in this limitation, what is good, what is bad, what is right or wrong. Everything will be cleared. All the polarities from those parts will be cleared. And this is really funny question when I ask you, how many of you are willing to let go your wonderful life? Take this question. How many of you are not willing to let go your wonderful life? And now I'm asking another question. How many of you are willing to let go all the problems? You saw? You saw. You was, yes, all the problems I'm willing to let go, but I'm not willing to let go my beautiful life. Because you have made your life so right. You're perfect and real. And this is kind of a limitation, because if you are not willing to let it go, it doesn't mean that you should throw it away. You know, you're just not holding anything here like this. You're doing nothing vital. So when you aspire to do something vital, you can choose more. You can choose greater. You can receive more consciousness and awareness. You can receive more possibilities. You just hold it back. And usually how we hold it back, we defend and we protect and we põhjendame. How you call it? Põhjendame. We conclude, we explain, we protect the point of view, the rightness of the point of view. But the willingness to let go anything and everything doesn't mean that you have to let go your wonderful life. You are just willing to receive more. You are just willing to add wonderful things in your wonderful life. So people have invented all those point of views. So also the word like the willingness to let go, we think that we lose something. No, you don't have to lose anything. You just, if you are willing to let go, you create energetical space. So if anything wonderful can come to your life more. So right or wrong, good and bad. So all those parts in these limitations, when I say those words, will be cleared. They're not there anymore, those polarities.
Actually, turn it off. Yeah. For me, it would be very.
You can turn it off.
That would create so much more.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So, good, bad, right, wrong, good and bad.
Willing to turn it off. Thank you.
So, clearing statement also. Pot and POC is short words. Pot, POC. Pot represents point of POC, point of creation. Is like all the places where I created this limitation. this moment will be destroyed. What holds this limitation in place? So POC represents that. POT represents all the point of views, let's say point of distraction. So all the places where I distract myself to keep this limitation in place. You know, probably many places where you distract yourself to hold something in place. I know in Estonia we have a lot of people who really like, they are half dead, but they say that I have to work hard to get this. They're almost like dying and destroying yourself to keep this limitation in place. And they never ask a question because they have concluded there is no other way to create. This is like point of distraction. So all the point of distractions, what you have concluded, what holds this limitation in place, because all the stories, what you tell yourself, why you can't let that go. So when you say that word, all the places just disappear. All nine are 9 energetic levels. What is just, I will not explain it now, it's not important, because the energetically, everything I'm saying and being, everything is here. All the consciousness, all the energies already is here. So you know. All 9 shores are energy. All the places, let's say I have a limitation and I clear something here. And I clear this limitation. So all the places where I have done something in my life, what was meaningful, I have made meaningless, or opposite. Everything what is meaningless, I have made meaningful. You probably have, you know, I don't know how is in Vietnam, but really great example. For example, Gary Douglas, who is Access Consciousness founder 27 years ago. He's American and he had been married 3 times. And he gave us really great example about it. How we do things, what are meaningful for us, meaningless, and how we do meaningless things meaningful. For example, he had a wife, and in the mornings when they brush the teeth, how you call it, teeth? Toothpaste. So his wife loved to just take the toothpaste like in the middle and, you know, put the toothpaste on the brush. But Gary was really, you know, perfect and, you know, rolling from the end, you know. And every time he went in the morning to the bedroom, he was like, again, this.
I know this.
Yeah. And they go, fuck, you know. And he thought, oh, I love my wife. Why should I be upset? You know? And he never told her anything. So that was the moment where he made meaningful thing for him meaningless. And what will that create if we do that? So he was like living his life like everyday life, and one day when they start to argue or talk about something and start to fight about something with words, so at the very end of the discussion came on, and you can't even how you call it, push the toothpaste, like, and you can't even do that, you know.
Correctly.
So exactly, correctly. So all those things what you hold back, they come out in the moment where it's not even like, why should I like say that right now? So this is the limitation when you do something like that. So what we could do in this situation, what else is possible? Maybe your wife could have another toothpaste, and he could have another. So problem solved, right? But they was like energetically fighting. So this shorts in these clearing statements clears all the places where we have made this limitation this way. So meaning, everything what's meaningful have made meaningless or opposite. So shows boys. Boys are energies, what we also use to keep in place limitations. For example, do you know those? I don't know if you have in Vietnam, when you do this soap bubbles, you like, and all the bubbles comes out. Yeah, like kids love stuff. And let's say they represent in our lives the problems we so desperately want to solve. You know, we try and catch like, okay, problem solved. Yes, problem solved. But from somewhere comes those bubbles like again and again and again and again, you know. So this energy of voice stops that thing, but blows those soap balls out. So stops that. Who is blowing those? So there is a conclusion where we just like generate those balls again. So it stops that. So voice is this energy. And beyonds our energies where we. Have you ever gotten some invoice or something where you just like, you know that it should be like 10 euros or $10, for example, but you get like $100 and you like, you know, the energy what comes up like it's the limitation energy, and you stop that energy in your body and it creates like, how you call it, you are like always expecting to happen that again. So this energy stops you in your body and in your life, everything. Yeah, exactly. It's like, so, and this is the main generator of stopping you to choose. So all those words representing different energies, what we use to keep the limitation in place. And when we say those, we eliminate those limitations right away. So this is clearing statement. You can listen about that and read about that in Access webpage. So I have used that. So what is it? Let's say, what is it you would like to create from your life? What is it you would like to create, Lina? Ovan. What is it you would like to create? So if everything could be possible, what is it you would like to have as your life?
Anything that's come up.
Anything. What specifically?
Not really.
If anything, yeah. So what is it you would like to change in your life then? Let's say it from this point of view.
Not really at the moment. I'm happy with this, but of course I would like to move to another city one day.
Mm-hmm.
Not living here for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Go somewhere else, traveling.
Okay. Okay.
Work hard, earn money.
Okay.
Go.
Is it in Vietnam like in general that people or people not willing, they're like kind of holding what they have and not so much willing to really go big and create life?
Yeah,
with
the traditional way we are still a very poor country.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever we earn, we want to try to save it
Mm-hmm.
and not explode, not burn it out,
Mm-hmm.
and save it for next generation, because we have been years and years under like poor things. And so,
are you willing to change that for all Vietnam if everything could be possible to be the richest country in the world and the richest person as a Vietnamese girl in the world? Would you like to create that?
yes, why not? Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Look at your body. You start to laugh. So every one tool in Access Consciousness is everything what is light and make you laugh. That's truth for you. So it's possible because your body was really happy. It's like you start to laugh right away. So if we ask the energy come up and you sense lightness, this can be possible. And if you choose it, it can be really possible for you. You know that it's possible, but nobody have asked you before, right? And what is it you would like to create as your life?
I would like to choose myself more.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean for you?
means to overcome some things like my patterns that my pattern is like always to think about everyone around me and leave myself like as the last one.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay, are you willing to destroy and create that conclusion that you have that habit?
Yes.
Thank you. Right, wrong, good, fat, fat, corner shows, boys and girls. How many you have decided that you have that habit? And how much you have already changed that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
everything, all the.
But it's a good story.
Right, this is a really good story. Everywhere where we have made this story as a right and real, I'm willing to destroy and uncreate that. Right, wrong, good, bad, popcorn, and rose, boys and girls. Exactly. So there's too much stories.
Yes.
Yeah. So anything else you would like to ask? Because I'm gonna let you to taste the access bars. What is those points in the head? Because there is a lot of different tools what we have in access consciousness. So in basically all those tools are really fast for change, really fast to change and to be conscious. And we people have decided that to be conscious, we need to work hard and we need to suffer and we need to, do really weird things in this world. But we don't need to. We can choose also really easily whatever we would like to create. Yeah, secret, justify, õigustama on justify. So cool. Is there anything, Van, you would like to ask right now?
No, not at the moment. Interesting to hear at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, what else about the tools? What else about the tools? So those access consciousness is fast. To create change, you don't have to know what's the reason of this problem. I have graduated Holistic Therapy Institute in 2012, and I could do regressions and stuff, but these techniques really work. But for me, it's too slow. So I like it to be really fast and to create change fast for people and for me. So that's why I'm using it.
But do you think it's like important or good to go back in your past life?
It doesn't have to. You don't have to create change. For many people, there is this technique is too fast. It's like it's too easy. Many people like to create change with a lot of work and a lot of hard work and a lot of emotions, a lot of let's say all those regressions. They are good. They work. They totally work. But for me personally, it's too slow. Too slow. I could create change much more faster. And all those people who use access, it's just there comes up something and you just choose to change it. That's it. And I'm so grateful that there are in the world so many different techniques because there are so many different people because it's not for everybody. Access is really fast, fun, and crazy. It takes you from like in one moment in totally different possibility. So, and there is no logical explanation how it happened. You just ask. And if you're willing to choose differently, everything shows up. Everything shows up. So, and everything depends on how much you are willing to receive in this life. How much you are willing to receive. And receiving is one thing what infinite being, we all the time do this, receive, but we have concluded from who I can receive, what can I receive, how much can I receive, when can I receive, from, all those things. And those are all conclusions. We receive, when we're infinite beings, we receive all the time without any conclusion. We be everything. We have decided that I be a woman, I be a wife, I be a mother, I be this, but I can be everything. I can be whoever. And there is no right or wrong being. It is just being. And perceiving, I perceive everything when I let myself come out from polarities. I perceive, I can just ask the question and I perceive right away what my son on other side of the earth just right now doing or sensing. I can sense it right away. And we know everything. So access consciousness is empowering you to know what you know. Because in this lifetime and other lifetimes, everybody else tells you what you have to know, but nobody asks you, what do you know? So they teach us to do this and that, but nobody asks you, what do you know about this thing? And that's the thing, what we who facilitate access classes and facilitate people for more consciousness and more possibilities. What is it you know, what you have välttinyt, what you have avoiding, what you have avoiding not to know. What do you know? So let's do it now. So what is it you know? What you have avoiding that you know, or pretending that you don't know what you really know. So if you let you know that, would create for you the change you have always known is possible. Everything what doesn't allow that for you to know, all the limitations, I am willing to destroy and uncreate, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, with Pakola, shows, boys and girls. What is it you know that you avoiding to know or pretending that you don't know what you really know? So if you let yourself know it without explaining it, but you know, just know it, will open up the possibilities of magic you have not even dreamed about. So everything but doesn't allow that, I am willing to destroy and uncreate, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, with Pakola, shows, boys and parents. What is it you know what's possible, but you have avoided to know? So if you allow you to know it and choose it, should open up the possibilities what's beyond this reality. Magic. Everything what doesn't allow you to choose that, I am willing to destroy and uncreate, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, with Pakola, shows, boys and parents. And there comes up some kind of pictures maybe in your head, maybe some kind of, like no words, no nothing. That's the space of possibilities. When you ask for it, universe will serve it for you. So ask and you shall receive. It's the thing. And everywhere, every point of view what you have creates the reality what you have right now. You said that Vietnam is a poor country. Okay, how many people in Vietnam think and have concluded and support and feed this conclusion that Vietnam is a poor country? How many people? I get like all world. Everybody who thinks about Vietnam is like, oh, this is poor world, you know, poor country. So are we willing to destroy and uncreate that conclusion, what doesn't allow you to be rich and richer? Everything what doesn't allow that, are we willing to destroy and uncreate, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, with Pakola, shows, boys and parents. So how we create reality? So point of view what we take creates the reality around us. If we take country, if we take like family, if we take person as a me, as a you, everything what we conclude what's real and true, like, okay, Vietnam is poor country. Yes, concluded, boom. And now universe is starting to serve you everything what proves you that Vietnam is poor country. where you can say, yes, Vietnam is a poor country. So if you change that point of view, and ask the question, what would it take to create greater? What would it take to get richer? What would it take to receive more money to this country? You demand from yourself and from the universe, okay, what is possible here to get richer country? Every day richer and richer. Then you changed already the possibility of being just poor. The energy of the question opens up like a window. So like when we conclude something, it's like closing all the windows and doors and yes, that's right. Vietnam is poor country. And the universe is like knocking on the door. Okay, you have already concluded that Vietnam is poor country, or I'm poor, for example. You have already concluded, okay, you can be there with your truth, and meet your truth, be it. You have that. And with that conclusion, you just cut the contribution from the whole universe when you conclude something. Every time you conclude something, you say, I know better than you, universe. You know? And you stop the co-creation with everything what comes from outside, from the universe, but want to contribute to you. Every question you ask, it's like opening up the window. You don't know what comes in from the window. Sometimes you just sense the fresh air, right? And it is like the questioning everything and asking the question is opening the window that the possibility of different world can show up. Have no idea how, when, how it looks like. Is the possibility what you're inviting to this reality, what is right now. So that's why. Are we willing to create, let's say your life and your life? Are you willing to really create more money and have more money and create different possibility for you? What is greater for you? I don't know what's greater for you. You just know what's greater for you. Are you willing to?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Everything what doesn't allow that, are you willing to destroy and uncreate, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, top, winner, shows, boys and beyonds. Oh my God. Awesome. So everything I'm being here with my questions is energy, and I'm moving energies with questioning you, and you have choice to change it or not. We in this world have thought that my choice doesn't create anything. This is the first conclusion we have made. It's the biggest lie whatever created in this world. There is so many lies we have thought is true and real, like I have to work hard to make money. This is the biggest lie ever, what we have thought is real and true. And of course, if I make it as a real and true, everything what I'm choosing in your life proves me that I have to work hard. Universe serve you every possibility that you should work hard to get money. But when you change that, what is required to create more money with all ease? What is it I can add to my life with all ease to create more money? Everything what doesn't allow me that, I'm willing to destroy and uncreate, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, hot, popcorn, and shows, boys and bands. And that's the thing what creates the most, the question. And you don't have to know the answer. You're just questioning. And when you question that, you invite different possibilities and energies to contribute to you. And for example, my favorite question in the morning, who am I today and what glorious adventures can I create today for me and for the world? What contribution can I be today for the world? And start my day. And what that question creates, being that question, is that everything what I'm choosing and going and being and doing this day, all the possibilities what I meet are those what I've asked for. So those people inviting me somewhere, what creates the place where I can be the contribution, or somebody just gift me something, or, all the moments after that question shows up this way what I have asked. And it happened when you don't control. You ask and you just move on and you just be in the world and you just receive all the possibilities what comes up. And that's the most magic thing. I have asked, like 5 years ago, I was really logical. I wanted to understand everything. But energies and consciousness are not on the level of understanding. As long as you want to understand consciousness, where everything exists and all the magic possibilities and magic happens, is behind your mind. It's behind your logical mind. Mind is not bad. Mind is just trained to control you, that you could control yourself. But as long as you control you never reach the consciousness. So it's just an interesting creation what we have created with our heads. And sometimes we can also, it's just like interesting point of view, that I let my brain control me, you know. So if I'm being me, what would I choose? So I have talked about being an allowance. So in allowance, can you start to come out from polarities, right and wrong, good and bad, and really start to receive what's true for you. What is true for you? I have lived like all my life with point of view that there was something wrong with me. I don't fit nowhere. Nowhere. I try so hard. I was really good to fit everywhere, in the family, I don't know, everywhere. I was really good, but it was so difficult. It was always something was wrong, always. And from this moment, when I started Access Consciousness, I just read the book Being You, Changing the World, and the first 2 pages I was crying like crazy. And the first book in my whole life, after like hundreds and thousands of books what I've read it, was the first book the book didn't give me answers. In the book was written everything what was questioned. And it was like the push for me to look and see what I know and just receive what I know. And I was so grateful because nobody have asked me, never, what is it I know? You know? And I started really, really like, first thing when I met Access Consciousness was 2012. I was in this institute still and was working 20 years in big brand with 5 companies and 9,000 people, and leading them with, you know, all the business stuff, really concrete, control, all like business done in this world. But at the same time, I was always like, I remember I was 4 years old when there should be something else possible. It just can't be this way in this world. There should be something else possible. And I remember when my parents was fighting like emotionally all the time. I was like, why they do that? I was trying to do anything to stop them to just kill themselves. And I managed that really well. So when I was 18, they separated. So I hold them really good to not kill each other, but they still was killing all the time, constantly. And when I was 15, I was a person who was really like, there should be some truth somewhere, you know, like really, yeah, let's go, let's change the world. Let's change the world. And around 23, 24, my first child was born. And from this moment, I started to read all kind of spiritual things. And everything moved me further, like one small step. Then reached there, but again, what's next? What's next? What's next? I was like, okay, it can't be that. There should be something else possible. Something so much more lighter, so much more easier. But I can use what is possible that is just like, and change. And 2012, I was sitting in a restaurant with my colleague from Sweden. We just had dinner, and we had quite crappy wine. We was like, cheers, and the taste was quite crappy. And he did some weird thing. He put his hand on the wine glass like this, like glass, and put on the glass, and the other hand on my wine glass. And we just continued to speak to each other. And after 2 minutes, he took away the hands and we just tasted again. And this wine was totally different, had totally different taste. So what is that? And from that moment, this energy of it was this thing, it's matched with this energy where I was like, I want to know more about it. I want to know more about it. So I went to one evening class, kind of this way, but there was many people that did the bar sessions and things. And there was laughing, so much laughing all the time. And they had so much fun. And the thing, when they said clearing statement, I was like, what is it? What is that they are saying? I was almost like running out from the door. It sounds so stupid and so I don't understand, me as a professional, holistic, blah, blah, blah. What was conclusion in this moment? What was my limitation in this moment? I was really like, proud and, I know everything. And so really like conclusioner. So I went home, but still the energy of it, I was so inspired of it. What is it? What is it? I want to know more about it. What's that? What something shifts in me? And I started to go find in the internet. And quite like next day, I got a message from my friend that there is one Swedish woman come to Estonia, have a bars class. And right away, I signed up and just went there. Even my family didn't know that. It was quite, this time I remember what was the class. I think like 200 euros or something, like $250. I was like, I'm crazy, where am I going? I'm crazy. And when I went there and got my first bar session and learned how to do bars, this changed, I should say, fucking all my life. This moment, I started to ask questions when I did my business with everything. I questioned everything. Who should I meet today? Who should I talk today? Who will grow my business? What are the possibilities, what I can choose today to create growth, hundreds of millions of dollars right away? Everything what doesn't allow that, am I willing to destroy and create? Yes, what all that. So I did all the questioning with my business, with my family, and I did bars. And when I got my first bar session, 2 weeks after that, my sons have been always in the school. One of them have been revolutionary, you teachers are bad, I'm good, I know everything, really revolutionary and very active, but very good in head. So he could just learn 10 minutes and all the 100 English words was just learned. But my older son was quite struggling with everything in school. He couldn't remember anything. He read just one page and just everything was gone. And it was quite after judgments, what they get in the school, it was quite bad. But his energetical level was really, really high. So every time when he hugged somebody, he was healed, But he was really sad and really worried that in the school he didn't like to go, and it was really nothing. He didn't remember anything, but he just read it. And after bar session and all the grades was quite bad. After first bar session, 2 weeks later, he came to me and said, "Mother, I have all 4s and 5s. The 5 is the highest grade. And mother, I have 4s and 5s, So, really? What happened? I don't know. I just have that, And then after some while, I realized that everything, these bars have created such an ease in his life and body. So bars is eliminating all thoughts, feelings, and emotions, what you were stuck in your life and living. So it can destroy and uncreate all the limitations, what you're holding on with one session. So just months ago, they did a Sonoring study, and they took 100 people who had anxiety, anxiousness. So they, all this, 80% of it, all those 100% they get rid of it with one bar session, like constantly. So they did many tests after that, after the bar sessions during the period. So it didn't come back. So I just posted 2 days ago about one autistic guy who's getting bars all the time, how easy his life is right now. And also, bars just open up you for more possibilities and for more awareness with ease and joy and glory. And this is just amazing. And also one study what was made 2 years ago, neurologic, one guy, Professor Jeffrey Fannin, in some conference, they just tested at the end of the conference how bars is affected to the brain and to the body and the being. And he was so amazed. So he was like testing all the waves and what brain is doing and what's happening to after the session, how fast is the change. So he was so amazed. He haven't seen such a thing, never. So he's studying all the people who meditate like 9 months in the year in the caves, and they get the same result as the bars did with 1 hour. So he was so amazed, and such an easy, light thing to change anything. It's like, wow, your money flows can open up, your relationship can get greater, your everything can get greater. And this is just one session. So Alina just got your bars run a week ago, kind of 2 weeks ago, first bars. But you have questioned a lot. You have done questioning a lot. So bars is one first session, like body process, where we always recommend to do first, because it's opening you up for more possibilities with ease. There, but the class, what we did here, foundation, this is the next level. This is like 4 days with a huge possibilities and change in people's lives and bodies, for more, for greater, for bigger. And the energy is what we be. So the access to being, receiving, knowing, and being is so much more when the bars are running. And the first session, when you do your bars, you start to run them, they run forever. They never stop. So I like to get my bars run like when I'm at home, like we do it often, but at least once in the week. One big thing, what I was really shocked when I started Access, was a huge awareness for me. And that awareness explained everything what I have struggled in my life before. That 99%, all of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and everything what's happening in your body never belong to you. You are just conscious being, and you are aware of everybody else's point of views, thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And everything what's in your head, in your life, you maybe have picked up from the generations, from the culture, from the past lifetimes. There are points of view, stuck energies, just stopped energies. Or you are just aware right now what's happening all around in the streets. So I was talking with Carlos, Lina's son, with pictures when we was at the Fisherman's Cafe. He was thinking something, and he loved to speak in pictures. And I just picked up like some pictures, coffee. What's the coffee? I have coffee. And then a little bit later starts Meiko to talk about that Carlos is really interesting about coffee. So, Carlos is thinking about coffee. And the pictures about the coffee came into my head, all the time. So we are really energetical beings all the time. Constantly. And everything what goes on in your head, in your body, it doesn't belong to you. And how to change that? Maybe you have heavy in your head, some pain somewhere. Just a question again. Question, who does this belong to? And when after this question, something changes, haven't been yours. Like we was at Nina's home right now, and Meiko had ache in the stomach, and I asked some questions, and in like 2 minutes it was gone. He picked up something from the house, from somebody's body, and the question, okay, who does this belong to? And then, okay, does something change? It changed. It was like more weaker. And I asked some more questions around it. It's gone. Boom. So nothing belongs to us. What's heavy and what's like energy. And it's never truth for you. We're picking up the point of views, and the point of views of other people, and point of views are always stopped energies. When you are infinite being, you are always like moving. When you allow that. And when you are this infinite being, you really, really sense everything what's around you. And when people do limited worlds, and when they create limited universes, you can just sense them. Oh, that's okay. But it's really, let's say, it seems so real that this is mine, because you sense it, you feel it. When I ask the questions, what is lighter for you? When I ask, I feel this feeling, sense that. And when I say, I sense this feeling, what's lighter? Because sensing, it goes by, it's never hit you. When you say, I feel this, right away you say it, it's yours. It's like, will be stuck in your body, in your life. Boom. When you say Vietnam is poor country, and when you agree with it, you feed it that this is poor energetically. When you question it, okay, what else is possible here? You already, with this question, open up the possibility that it can be changed. How, when, what? No idea yet, but I keep questioning. So everything what you would like to change, just keep asking. You can conclude. We are so super good on that. We are concluded everything in this world, you see? But of course, when you have super great, wonderful life, you can have that. I love to have, okay, I'm power, I'm everything. I know that I choose everything what I have in my life, every single thing. And when I don't like something, or something is like me, my question, how can I change this for me? And the tools are there, and the change is like, boom, right away. And what contribution can I be at? What is it I can receive from the world? And the biggest thing in this world is that let's say in the world, people don't receive. Have you been in this situation when you're so much willing to gift somebody, but they no, right? Have you seen that? And that's the thing we all do. So my questioning, what would it take to change that? Because when people will receive, everything would be, many people don't even allow to step out to the potency and power will be, because they think that when I be everything who I truly be, they don't receive me, they don't like me, they push me away. It can happen sometimes with some people. When I started to choose more of me, my whole life opens up, and some people, they didn't like that I chose more of me. I liked that I chose me first and created so much change in the world. But at the same time, there was so many hundreds and thousands of people who came into my life and wanted to know, how you do that? I want to have that, what you have, But those people who didn't accept me, that I changed some comfortable zone and I stepped out from it. I'm still here with them. I love them still, but they don't like me this way anymore, and this is totally okay. So this was the most biggest lie what I bought when I was in during this lifetime, what I was avoiding. When I be everything I truly be, I'm gonna kill, because the power is so big, but it was a huge lie. So it's just a couple of people who just disappeared from my life because they didn't accept me to be everything I be. They wanted just to control me. That's it. So now everything is possible. And bars, there are 32 points in the head, different points. And I'm gonna do the session for you, or when I'm doing it to you. Because 5th of May I travel away, so we could do it on 4th or tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're going for the clothes fitting at 3 p.m. So ideally you'll be back here by 4. You can give her at 4 and then 6 for Michelle. And then
at 6 to Michelle. Yeah,
and
it's
then
good.
on the 4th can we meet?
Yeah, 4th. Yeah,
on the 4th of May.
Yeah, we can do that.
So then you have time.
Yes, we can do that. So bars is really like, people say that let's say the common thing, like most of the people when they come up from the table, they say first they go, oh, like one person is saying, I never sleep, I always sleep when I take pills, as fast he have not even laid down, he already sleep, it's works so fast. And when they woke up, so usually they say that, wow, oh my God, my head is empty, there is no talk anymore, many people say everything is so light and easy and oh my gosh. And Access Consciousness, really invites you to see that everything is possible and that we are all connected and we are all contribution to each other. The energy is what we be. There is never nothing wrong. Never nothing wrong. Never nothing wrong. We people are so happy to make ourselves wrong all the time. And there are many people outside who love other people make wrong. But there is nothing wrong. And especially when you have tried so badly to fit into something, there is still nothing wrong with you. And when Dane, who is co-creator of Access Consciousness, said to me in 2012 that you are just different. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just so strong. You're so powerful, so unstoppable, so everything. So you can change everybody's life if you just choose it. And I thought that this will destroy the world when I be it. There's something wrong with me. I am not accepted. I was trying 10 years, 2001 until 2012, almost 2011. I concluded in my head, I was trying to so desperately find out what's wrong with me. And I thought when I find it out, I can change it. So one moment, because relationship was not working, my relationship with my mother was like, bleh. Everything was like, nothing worked really like I knew was possible. And when I was met Dane first time, and he just said, you are just different. 2001, I concluded that I'm not feminine. I have to be more feminine. It's no question. It's just conclusion. But stop all the energies and then and the lie I bought this moment that I'm not feminine started. It's like you take a lie, you don't know that's lie, you think that's truth, and you start to uncreate that, to think that when you fix this problem, you will be okay. But when you fix the lie, how it's possible? It's never possible, right? So when we talked on the beach today, so I tried to really fix myself. Hundreds of courses, hundreds of meditations, thousands of books, everything. And I managed good. Everybody liked me, but I was almost dead. So from this reality's point of view, I was again fitting in this reality, not choosing me. And when I met Day in 2012, he said, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just different. You're just powerful, bitch. Like with fun said. And you can change anybody's life. And my aim in this world is, what will it take to have more kindness, gratitude, and no judgment in this world? And that's the Access Consciousness I've created for me and everybody I touch, everybody I talk to, everywhere I'm going. It's happening. So what is it you be, what you're avoiding to be? So if you choose to be, it will create a change in the world, but you know it's possible. So everything what doesn't allow you to know that and be that, I am willing to destroy and uncreate that, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, with popcorn, shows, boys and parents. Who are you being? What you so badly avoid to be. And all the justifications what you have, why you can't be it, I am willing to destroy and uncreate, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, popcorn, shows, boys and parents. What is it you are defending against you? So if you stop defending it against you, will open up infinite possibilities and magic you have never imagined could be possible. Are you willing to stop it? Everything but doesn't allow that, I am willing to destroy and uncreate, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, popcorn, shows, boys and parents. So I'm using words to create change in energies, what stops you. So words are created to deliver energies. And when you use questions, and when your aim is create the world better place, the questioning always opens up. The universe is here like, here you are, take it, please. So when you being more of you and don't limiting you and don't like putting you and trying to fit in somebody else's reality, and when you're being more of you and choose more of you, everything will be greater. Everything will be greater. Look at that. Where is that?
Outside.
How cool is that? So do you have any questions?
It's just like so interesting.
Yeah, it is. And but many
Mind-blowing.
this is totally mind-blowing. Because people who come into Access, they're like, they feel like home. Like the group we had, they say that like, oh my God, it's like, that's the family I know is possible. I mean, the caring and the communion and the kindness and no judgment, whoever I choose to be, this allowance of everything, this is the total freedom, total freedom. And how would your life look like and how the whole world would look like if you let us to be that for yourself first? The kindness would truly be towards you. The no judgment, stop judging you. This is the biggest lie, biggest violence, what you can do for your body and for you when you're judging you. Please stop, no, please stop. And the kindness and caring and the possibility you are already when you choose it. Magic and unicorns born from this point of view. And when you start to ask for it, magic will show up. Just magic show up. Even the music started to play. How cool is that? So yeah, so I do a lot of classes. I do bars classes, teach people to do bars everywhere in the world. I do other classes like foundation classes, more advanced class. This is totally like rocket race to different reality by being you with and together with this reality where we are right now. There is a lot of different possibilities to explore what's possible. Yeah, so any questions? Do you have any questions? Who is listening? Nope. Or when you have questions, please put the question here.
Everything is clear.
Yeah, it can be clear. Yeah, usually whatever comes up, you can ask.
I think the question is like, when can I have my next bars?
I know, I know, I know. Yeah, and of course. Cool. So this will be adventure. What is it we can create now? So this recording will be open, available for you, so you can share it if you want. So upload it to YouTube, and if you want to share it in your webpage, so you're welcome to do it. Yeah. So there is so much more available what you have ever known is possible, and everything, all of that we just can create. We just by our choice. And the biggest capacity and biggest power of the being is capacity to choose. We think that we don't have that capacity, that we are not allowed, that it's not right, and all those limitations we are created to not choose differently. How cool is that? And all of you now, let's say bye. Lina, ütleb ka, I don't know. Bye! Ja taega! Bye! Ciao!
Wait, do you just need to say? Yeah.